Welcome to Spirit Medium Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential, and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi, everybody. This is Laura. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Okay, there's a website for the show, spiritmediumtv.com. That's a handy dandy website to remember. It's written in the chat room on Blog Talk Radio. This show is simultaneously broadcast via Google TV or Hangouts on Air, whatever you want to call that facility. I'm not doing a Facebook Live broadcast today. It's just too much for me to coordinate at the same time. At least today it is, because my mind is a little bit fuzzy. What else did I need to say? So it's broadcast on Blog Talk Radio, and it is broadcast on Google TV, and there will be a permanent video on YouTube that will be done from this, and you'll be able to see it there if you'd like. The things I'm about to talk about are retrievable in the future if you're listening to this show at a future time. If you go to Spirit Medium TV, you will notice on the right sidebar there's posts, recent posts, and one of the things I'm going to be talking about today is clarity. And funny thing, I would be talking about that because they don't sound too clear, do I? Maybe that's why I'm thinking about it today. But I used to be able to manifest very, very easily when I was younger. And I do still now, different ways. But one of the things that I stumbled upon was the notion of what I really want, clarity. And you may have heard this from other people that are into manifesting or into the law of attraction or into the secret or what have you. One of the secrets to manifesting is to get very clear on what you really want. Quite often our ego, our personality, our head, our intellect will get all confused and try to force us to get things that we think we need from fear. So being able to move that process from the head to the heart, okay, and then release something so that you can get clear on what you really, 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 really want. If you do that, you sort of open up the heavens to help you. You open up the heavens to help you. Isn't it funny? But so long as we're trying to fix things, trying to make things work for ourselves, we can't get what we want. Of course we can't get what we want because we didn't know what it was to begin with, or we thought we knew what it was, but that was coming from fear. So you see how Spirit has it all worked out. They've got the whole thing worked out to help us evolve as spiritual beings having a physical existence. And the way it's done is by creating the illusion that if you don't get something, you're going to be hurt. Then it places you in fear, and your ego's running things, edging God out. Ego standing for edging God out, which is a fear-based system. Once you shift from letting go and letting God, once you shift from resisting a problem to not resisting it, all of a sudden you become very clear on what you really, really want. So one of the keys to getting what you want is to stop worrying. I'll say it another way, stop worrying. And you could do that with meditation. Okay, meditation is a very powerful way. In other words, when you're really, really worried about something, what do you usually do? What do you usually do? What do we do usually? We run around. We try to force things to happen, right? We get frantic. Well, so long as you're in a frenzy, nothing is going to help you. You can't be helped. The higher powers, the omnipotence of the spirit realm, all right, angels are spirit guides and higher dimensions which can reflect our intentions, will reflect our intention of fear, but will not reflect our intention of abundance. So I'm going to give you a very brief exercise you could take home with yourself today. If you're listening to this at a future time, I've written an article on this, and everybody listening today, I've written an article on this called Clarity, the Manifesting Miracle of Clarity. It would be found by searching for the keyword clarity on my website. And the following are a sequence of steps that can help you with this. Start with meditation. The longer you can meditate, the better, by the way. So if you meditate for 2 minutes, you get 2 minutes worth of help. Let's say you meditate for like 30 minutes, depending on your level of frenzy. If your level of frenzy is extremely high, then you need to meditate for a longer period of time, because you need to get to a point of feeling relaxed, very, very relaxed and light. And that's the letting go aspect of this process. At that point, you can take out a piece of paper, a blank sheet of paper, and put a line down the middle. Whoop. And on the left, start writing down the things that are really upsetting you relative to a particular situation in your life. So, for example, if it's money that's upsetting you, you don't have enough money, write down, I don't have money to pay my bills. I'm really, really nervous. I don't really want to go out of my house to work. I don't know where to go to work. I haven't interviewed in a long time. I'm very fearful of this and that. And the other thing, everything that you're kind of fearful about or in a frenzy about goes on the left. Then what you do is you go to the right side and you put just the opposite in. Well, I'm really I'm comfortable. No, I have a job where I know how to do it. When you had on the left, I didn't know how to do it. Or you have a job where leaving my home to get to work, if I have to work out of home, is easy for me. So what could be a possible solution to that would be you might find a job close to home, or you might find a job that you can do from home. Don't worry about the how. Only worry about how you feel right now. So everything you don't like, the frenzy stuff on the left, and the wonderful stuff on the right. And then when you're done, write up a statement of what you really want. That's on the right. Everything you really want. The parameters, which would be the essence, the energy of what you want. Not the physical how. Leave that out. Once you're done with that, just focus on it, focus on it, focus on it. Whatever your method of manifesting is, if you like a vision board, if you like to just use keywords and send them out from your third eye, if you like to use a visualization, some people like to make a little kind of scenario, like a plot line, and visualize it or see it happening. However it is, there's many, many ways to manifest, which is a subject for another day, and I write about it a lot, and I have stuff on my website about that. But in any event, that's a very important way to manifest. So if you're not using clarity, or if you're stuck in that phase of the frenzy phase, we'll call it, the frenzy phase, the fearful phase, you have to go through that process of letting go so you can open to what your soul wants. That's the spiritual opening. Oh, somebody just texted me. How exciting. And you can only open to what you really want by going through the letting go process, the letting go step. And by the way, there's something very, very magical, very, very miraculous about asking for what you want at an essence soul level, coming from love, coming from the idea, I can have what I want. Because once you start to do this, you are literally evolving. Okay? That's our whole purpose for being, is learning how to create reality. That's why I get in a frenzy sometimes. Please forgive me, everybody, because when people ask me, will this happen for me? Will that come to me? Will I get a job? Will I get a love? Will I get this and that? Well, the answer is it depends on what you do. If you're in a frenzy, if you're fearful, you'll be blocking it. And there are not enough hours in the day for me to do all that work for you. Okay? I have to try to help you as best I can within the confines of the show, but I also try to teach you how to fish. Okay? Oh, can't catch a fish if you're in a frenzy. I like that. It's alliterative. All right. So what I need you all to do now, we're going to go into the meditation, prayer, energy connection. I'm going to do a little bit of channeling, and then I will go to the phone lines. Today looks a little light on the phones, so that's cool. If you're listening anywhere out there, woo, you'd be having a very good chance of getting through. So I might as well mention the phone number while I'm at it, which is 347 area code 945-5849 to get into the queue to get a reading. Just see something here. I'm just curious if something happened over here. And somebody did text me. Oh, goodness gracious. They're finding new ways to telemarket. Now they're telemarketing with text messages. Okay. So what I need you to do, sit back, uncross your arms and legs. Start to focus on your breath from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to get very, very relaxed, letting go of concern for your future, concern about your life, asking Spirit God to help, knowing and feeling fully confident that there is a higher power that is available to you to solve problems and to bring you truly what your heart, your soul desires. As you do that, I will go off and do the prayer. If there's somebody in the queue wanting an other side connection, please ask those souls to come in as well. I'll be right back. And so what I need you all to do next is on your next exhale of deep breath from your abdominal area, I need you to release into your space your energy. And I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, good. Let me bring in the ones and we'll see what they have to say today. We are here. We have come in to be with all of you. We love each of you tremendously. It is our purpose to help you with your purpose. Each and every one of you has a divine function and meaning in the total whole. At times, each of you overlooks your specific purpose. You think it is merely to have fun or to enjoy your day from day to day. However, you are more important than simply consuming energy. Giving energy is as important as consuming energy. As the saying goes, and as the spiritual law is, you have to give to get. And so each of you needs to know what your giving is so that your getting would be more functional and more profound. Each of you has a specific spiritual DNA, a footprint that makes each of you unique and each of you special. Think for a moment about your daily activities. What are you doing day to day to help others and yourself? Do you think of anything about yourself that makes yourself unique? Perhaps you cook and bake better than others. Perhaps you are more nurturing and listen better than others. What have people told you about yourself that makes you unique? What have you heard people say to you about you? Take for a moment, a quiet moment now, to think about what you think your spiritual significance is as a human being. What is your specific, unique purpose that no other people do as well as you? We will be silent for a moment as you take inventory of self. The first thing that has come to mind is the correct thing. Perhaps you can do this exercise again later and listen again to your higher self. You will find that caring and nurturing others is the most profound gift of all. The gift that helps, the gift that heals, is the gift that is spiritual. We say this not lightly, for each of you may have a specific method of nurturing and healing others and self. However, the underlying theme is always the same. Even the world leader of an economy or the world leader of a corporation has a nurturing and healing work underneath the outer aspects of accomplishment. And so it is always going to have that theme, your purpose, and it would be then your litmus test of finding it. What is the healing, nurturing aspects of what you do this lifetime that is helping yourself and others become more of who they are and to survive at a higher level? Namaste. Oh, that was nice. I'm going to listen to that later myself. You know, because quite often we don't realize how important each of us are. We take ourselves for granted. We dismiss our service, and we don't put a spotlight on it. And if we don't, how is anyone else going to value us? So important. Okay, I'm going to go to Karen, who's been waiting quite a while, and she has a life question. One moment, please. Hello, Karen. How are you, darling?
I'm good. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, sure. My pleasure, my dear. What can I do for you?
I have a question. I just applied for a position. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. I applied for a position, and it is at a radio station. It's a pretty big one.
Ooh.
It's a chief communication marketing person downtown Chicago.
Oh.
And I talked to the human resource lady, told her I was sending my resume. I got to send it to her tonight. What's the possibility of me of getting this position?
All right. Could you give me the initials of the station, please? Somehow, some way of vibration.
M.
Hmm?
It's M.
M. Okay. This is Karen, area code 224M. You will get the job, is what I'm getting. It will be very good for you. And there will be an aspect in the job and in the work of nurturing others. Interesting. Remember, our theme today is all about that, right? That you'll be taking,
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be taking care of the lives of others through the work. There's a charity aspect to it or a humane aspect to it. It's very important to get the word out.
Yes, ma'am.
It comes through this work. And that you're uniquely qualified to do this in many significant ways, human rights. You will be helping many people, and Spirit is with you on this. Namaste. Wow, that's really cool, Karen. That is.
Do you? I want to leave real quickly in a week. Do you think it maybe take longer? Do you see Laura?
You want to leave where you are now within a week?
Yes.
No, you won't.
Yes,
all right. Well, all right. Let me just see something here. No, I don't think you're going to get out of what you're doing that quickly. But you do need to have faith. You do need to have faith. I feel though that you might want to get out of what you're doing before the next one comes in. You know, when we have fear, remember we were talking about fear earlier, it doesn't really help us any.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? It doesn't help us any in getting what we want. Right. So, but what I feel is there's a lot of discomfort in the position you're in now, and that it's actually very bad for your energy and your vibration. That's probably just because you said, I can hear it in your voice, but I can feel it in where you're located because there was a noise in the background. I could just sense it. So I just want you to let go of the situation as best you can. Relax about it. And let it be what it is for now. It will eventually turn into something better through the other position. You have a choice. You can let go of the position. You can let go of it before the next one comes in, or you can just relax into it and just sort of show up until you're allowed to get out of that and go to something new. But I do feel that the next job, and I'm giving you this information about there being a kind of public service to the job, the new job. I'm giving you that information.
That's what it is.
It is. Okay, because I needed you to confirm that. If you can't confirm that, then we don't trust the message. But if it is, it's very helpful to humanity what you will be doing, and it's very, very important work. Oh, there's a legal aspect to it as well. Well, I can understand that with the politics going on right now. So I feel that you're going to be very.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you're going to do very well with it, sweetie, and you're a divine.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a divine person. So focus in on your service as was channeled, and keep thinking of that. And I'm going to take it a step further right now because we do have the time. We have a little bit lighter cue than usual today.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is.
Yes, ma'am. Would you please?
Please, I will. What I want to do, because this is your work, it's like almost working for a what do you call it, public service station or something. There's something about it like National Public Radio or something. I don't know what it is. What does the M stand for, honey?
Moody.
Moody's. Oh, Moody's. Okay, I didn't know
Yes,
they had a communications outlet. What we need to do is I want you to create a symbol for it and the service involved. Now, both you and I are going to go silent for a moment, and we're both going to ask for a symbol. And I want you to just be relaxed, okay? And I want you to acknowledge the first thing that comes in. It should be something visual, but whatever it is, if it's a word or a feeling or a color, whatever it is. I'm going to be quiet. You be quiet on the count of 3. Let's see what comes in. You're going to ask the question. Well, I'll ask it now. On the count of 3, I'm going to ask the question. We'll both be silent, and then I'll come back to you in a couple of seconds after the silence. Okay, so the question is, please provide Karen a symbol for the new work that she will be doing. Let it be something that she can relate to. On the count of 3, we'll both be silent and we'll both receive. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. Well, I got a vision. What did you get? You want me to tell you what mine is first?
please.
Well, it's like people suffering and being hurt, physically hurt, is the symbol I got, like a massacre almost, which I think is rather strong. But what did you get, honey?
You know what? I know this is crazy. I just felt heat. I don't know why that is.
You felt heat. Okay.
Strong heat.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Does the idea of people being massacred or being hurt in some way physically relate to the position at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I want you to use the two together, the feeling of heat and the feeling of people being hurt. And I want you to align with that. Trying to make this in a way that's not too disgusting, but I see people being hurt. Well, I want you to make it in a way that you can relate to that picture, that image of people being hurt, and that I want you to say to yourself as you visualize that I am here on earth to complete a purpose, and it is to help people. And that's all I want you to do from now on until you get the job. I hope that you get it, because that was the message that you should be getting, and you're here to be helping people. It's on point for you and your soul's purpose. Okay? Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
All right, honey. God bless. Have a beautiful day, darling. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. So we're going to go to Yvonne now. And we have a little bit more time today. It's a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere. Hi, Yvonne. How are you?
Great, and you?
I'm great, honey. So go ahead and give me your question, darling.
Well, it's just so funny that your talk show is about stop worrying, when it comes to work. Well, I got the news that my last day would be in March. So my concern is I find something before I leave here for my end date.
Yeah, and there are no accidents. The messages that I'm giving you before this, the earlier messages that come in, they're supposed to be delivered now. There's something going on energetically right now for a lot of people when it comes to this, and that's why the message comes in. Okay, so you want to know before you leave where you are now, which obviously you don't like, will you have another position?
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that they were both sold and they don't have a position here for me.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
they gave me my last day.
All right, and it'll be the end of what, March, you said?
March, yes.
All right.
Even though, I wanted to work for the new company, but they don't have any.
Oh, okay, Yvonne, hold on. 954 Yvonne, March. Will she find something new that she likes, that she's good at, please, Spirit? Yes or no? It's for Yvonne. Hold on, honey. I'm going to be very quiet. Yes, you're going to find something very much to your liking. It looks like towards the middle of the month, you'll know by then. Why so long? That's like 2 months' notice. I don't want to keep you hanging like that long. Oh, you might be able to get out of the job you're on. You might be able to leave a little earlier. So don't worry about that. You don't have to stay to the end. So it looks like the middle of March is the time where you'll be probably leaving where you are and moving to something new. It will, are you sure this is true, Spirit? It'll be closer to where you live. Won't be as far away, which will make it better for you. And you'll have a sense of spring in your feet when you wake up in the morning to get there. Just has a lighter feeling to it, an easier feeling to it. Closer to home, easier job, and yeah, good. All around good. I'm going to see if I can find any clues to what to do to get it. Let's see if we could figure that out, Yvonne. Okay, what does she need to do, Spirit? She's very good. You're a very good worker. You know what you're doing. Very smart, good energy, very efficient. You've been asked before to do the type of work you will be asked to do again. It's not exactly in the area of your expertise. It's a little different. It does have a lot to do with similar skills. And the skills I'm seeing seem to have something to do with contracts or processing data to make some, like a contract. So somebody, like a high ticket item, bought something, and then at the end you got to have contracts and signatures and all. You seem to be doing something like that, or you're able to do something like that. Does that make sense to you, please?
Okay, sure.
What do you do now, honey?
I work at the bank.
You work where?
In compliance.
Compliance.
The bank.
At the bank. Okay, so are there contracts there and that kind of thing?
No.
Okay,
No.
what are you doing now?
I don't know what the new bank is.
What do you?
Right now, I just work in it kind of sort of like inputting information into the data.
Okay, so you're processing data, which was said before. That's what you do, and then you're helping an organization or the bank be in compliance, probably with regulations and things like that. So that's
right.
Okay. So that's what they mean by that, legal, and that kind of thing. Now, you may be getting a job either in I see two ideas: car dealership or real estate, where they're processing the contracts. There's a high degree of accuracy needed for what you do now. Okay? And that is one of the things that will be your selling point into the new jobs that you will be interviewing for. So be flexible. Okay? It's where money is being exchanged for purchasing something that's high ticket. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay?
Okay. All right. All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, we've got Marie who's wanting a healing. Thank you so much, Marie, for calling in today. 610 area code. Where is that?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Brr. Cold, 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 cold.
It is. It is.
But it's refreshing.
Not freezing today, so it's better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here it's a little cold. I'm in.
Oh, what I was wondering.
What was that, honey?
Go ahead.
I was going to say I'm in Florida,
so
go ahead.
Much nicer there.
Oh, much nicer here.
Well, not.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Go ahead and finish your sentence. I was wondering. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to move into the topic, but go ahead. Okay.
well, I was wondering if I could get, she mentioned healing, and I've thought, well, that would be better than just asking about the problem. Maybe I can get help with it. I was wondering if there was any help for some sort of disquiet within me about where I am in life. Like, should I be okay with where I am? Could I get guidance on what I'm supposed to move to? Or, like, I would like to feel better about it.
Sure, of course. And
know what it is.
And I love what you said about rather than just ask information, get healing, or try to heal it. In other words, we look, and that's the work I do. To me, it's very crazy. People say, "Will I get this? Won't I get that? Will I get this? Won't I get?" Well, it all depends. Let's take a look at your energy. Let's see what's going on there. And right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go to you and your energy. All right. This is Marie from 610 area code. Hold on, honey. Let me see if I could really hone in on your energy today. I'm looking at your chakras right now. Emotional loss from the past keeps cropping up, keeps churning in you over and over again. Affects self-esteem issues. 1 second, please. I started at the top. I'm going to go to the bottom now and see if I see anything there. You are realistic, they say, about reality. Okay, so the place that I get most of information for you is what's called the solar plexus. Are you familiar with that chakra, please?
Sure.
Okay, and in your solar plexus, I use it for self-esteem issues or places in the external world. And in your particular solar plexus, that's where they take me. There's a disappointment, big disappointment about you feeling good about yourself or equal to others. I'm going to go in a little more detail, and then we'll see if we could do some release on that. You've lost something very significant in the past that you can't get over the loss of. It has to do with self-esteem. It has to do with the way you affect others and the way others are affected by you. You're not looking for a handout. However, it would be nice if somebody would lend a hand. These are words coming in from your guides. In other words, you would like a helping hand. Well, of course, you're coming here today. But more than that, you'd like a helping hand with somebody to tell you that you do good. That you do good with yourself, that you do good for others, and that you are wonderful. And so to me, it seems to me the circuitous sort of language and circuitous sort of situation you're in when you go round and round and round and round and round and round, that you need to be the one to give yourself the helping hand. Because if you're waiting for someone else to do it for you, you'll just remain in that kind of thing. That's what God and Spirit is seeming to say to you today, is that you need to stop the cycle of self-abuse because you're running tapes that were planted in you at an earlier time in your life that are no longer valid for who you are. And the opportunity here is for growth, okay, by releasing, by being aware enough. I'm going to give you reasons to be aware, or I'm going to shed a spotlight on it, but by being aware of where the tape started so that we can release it. And quite often this is true of you, Marie, and many, well, it's something that happens a lot. When we are in a dysfunctional situation, it's because we're running a tape, and it's a funny thing with humans, the way our minds work. We just run it. It may have no validity in reality. Maybe it's something that happened when we were a child. Maybe we were told something, and then we think it's real, especially when you're a child. You think it's real, and it plays over and over and over again until somebody comes along that can see that kind of stuff, which is what I do, and can help you see it with me. And then we both say, yeah, that's no longer serving me. I need to release that. So now I'm going to take a look to see if I can find out. I got a really strong feeling comes from father figure in your life. Let me just see what they want to say. Marie 610. You were left out of something when you were young. You weren't taken home. Ah, interesting. What do you mean you weren't taken home? Are you an orphan, honey, or something? What happened to you when you were younger?
No, that's oldest of 6. There were 4 children. I'm the oldest, so there were 4 children born within 3 years because there's me, then a set of twins, and another baby really close together. I might have spent part of my earlier 6 months with my grandparents and my mother there most of the time too, I think. Maybe sometimes without them. I can't imagine what this being left somewhere might mean specifically. I don't know.
Well, left out. So would you agree? Because what I'm getting is self-esteem issues, and maybe because you're in.
I did have that happen in like 4th grade and stuff. There were some weird events that, even now I don't know why that would happen, like some ganging up of girls, being left out and stuff. Yeah, I did have that happen.
Well, they're talking about, I think I don't know if you can relate or you'd agree with this, but almost like because you're one of 6 and the oldest, and there's 3 that come in quickly, that you feel maybe you're not given a lot of attention, even though you are the oldest.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So this runs a tape in you. Okay. This is what I'm getting at. And the tape is, I'm not that important. Okay. I'm not that important.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because there's other people that need attention. And I'm just one of many in the world.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what they're telling me, and that's where the trouble begins in you. That gives you this anxiety. And the anxiety is, do I matter? Am I important? And I'm going to give you a little more information if I can get it. I can't, I'm not perfect in this process.
You got it so far. That's good so far. Yeah,
all right.
True. It's really hitting home. I'm like, oh man, this is really ringing like a bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go, Marie, to 610. I keep saying your name and your area code because it helps me connect again to you energetically. Okay. So you're not.
Sure.
So you're not being told that you're special by yourself. We, as your guides, want you to start acknowledging that you are extremely special. Now, earlier today on the radio show, I don't know if you heard that or not. I don't know when you came in, but the channeling was about unique footprint. Each of us has a spiritual DNA of service, and no matter what it is, it always has to do with nurturing self and others. Even if we're like the President of the United States or the head of General Motors, even though that seems like it's some other purpose, it really always is nurturing. It's nurturing. What is our service? What are we bringing in for others? You too have a service. You too have a purpose. And it's a very extremely important one, just as everyone else's is. So in other words, just because you were lost in the shuffle at birth doesn't mean that you're not extremely important. And extremely magnetic is another word they're giving me here. Magnetic and very caring, and have so much to offer self and others. This is where you will start changing the pattern or the cycle that you're in, to start honoring yourself. So you can go back and listen to that message because it's very much specific for you, to honor yourself. And we're going to give you some idea how to do that in a moment. All right, let's see what can Marie do specifically to honor herself, because she loves herself. I know she loves herself, but she doesn't know how special she is. Okay, God, how do we do this, please? I'm with your guides right now, Marie. Healing others would be very helpful to you. As you work on healing others, you will receive light and energy to heal yourself. The purpose for you this go around is healing others specifically, and also healing yourself in the light energy that would be reflected back to you. You are a light worker and an energy worker who does healing, but you don't understand how effective you are at this. Do you understand this now, please, dear Marie?
Yeah, I heard what you said. That is, yeah, I don't see how I am effective at that. Yeah.
And it's affecting you now because you didn't realize how beautifully special you are at this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So they want you to know. So go back and listen to the channeling. today's a very beautiful show because everything that was said earlier is relating to all the callers absolutely, specifically, perfectly. And that message is very, very helpful to you. So go back and listen to that channeling.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and know
I will.
I'm going to reiterate now, it has to do with you not acknowledging how infinitely special you are, that your purpose is to be a healer, and that you are doing the work, and it is effective, and also it's healing you. Okay, and that is, you have to claim that now to stop the what's the word for it, inertia that you're in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sweetie. Thank you so much for calling in today, Marie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, that was quite beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go to Betty now, who's wanting a life question. All right.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yes. Good. I'm enjoying the show. I have a question. I am going to be out of a job as of April 7th. The bank was sold and positions eliminated. And I have been looking actively for the last 3 months and nothing. And I'm getting a little bit concerned. I need to find a job by April 7th.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I need to know. Will I?
This is very, very interesting. You are the second person today from Southeast Florida that is being let go from a banking position. Interesting. Not let go, but things are changing. You know, like she said, they're being bought out by somebody else. They're consolidating.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know who that is. That's my coworker.
Oh, wow. Well, I just want to say that I think the new administration is kind of creating a shakeup to everything. Shakeup. All right. So in other words, economically, everything is shifting. And I've noticed in my own business a difference suddenly. Okay. So let's go to you, Betty. Okay, 954. Betty, what can she do for work, please? Can she get work, please? Yes or no? What can she do, Betty? Well, you're very smart. Very mechanically astute. In other words, you follow procedures well. You're very good. But you have such a mind, it's like sharper than a God. Wow. Okay, let me just see what we could do with this. Yeah. You're very, very incisive when you're doing procedures or following protocol or things you've been. It's procedures. I guess you're in compliance also with your friend, and maybe I'm projecting that, but I get this feeling with you that you're very, very precise. You're very methodical. You know what you're doing. You're highly organized, and you also are an achiever. There's some kind of karmic thing with the past which keeps holding you back because you are working below your status level. You actually have credentials that are above the job that you're doing. You like your work very much, or up until now, because it's easy for you to do it, and it really doesn't bog you down too much, even though you're more qualified than the job that you're doing. All right, so let's see what you can do with all of this. Now, there'll be something coming in. Let me just see if I could give you some specific information like I did to your coworker. Hold on. I first hear that you need to take some time off, believe it or not. You need to clear your head a little bit for about a month before you get into something new, because you do need to do, for some reason they're telling me you need to do that. You just need to clear out your head, because that's going to allow the new position to come in. The new position is not going to be related, or what I'm getting is won't be as related to what you're doing now, and that's why they want you to take a break. So if you can't afford financially to take a break, then you need to take a mental break. You need to stop thinking of what you're doing now, all right? Because the new position I see coming in might have something to do with the hospitality industry for you, and actually cruise ships. that kind of a thing. Not working on one, but maybe out of the administrative headquarters or something. Because I see beach, I see water, I see cruise ships, and I see you liking that very much. You also get some travel benefits with it. So that's what I'm getting. I also feel that you would be able to do some travel with that kind of a job. You may get discounts for it. And I feel that you're at a time in your life where it would work okay. It looks like you have a child, a son. Is that correct, please?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
my son. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not that young. Yeah, he's not that young anymore. So you have more freedom, more personal freedom, and you can do more what you want. Right. So I feel that you should look in that direction of hospitality industry, Betty, and that you would like that very much. And you can make what's called a losing situation a very exciting one for you. Okay?
Very good. Very good.
All right, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye, honey. Okay, we're going to go to Kaisha. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Did I say that correctly, honey? Kaisha? Oh, wait a second.
It's Keisha, but people call me Tasha. It's fine.
Now say it again. I just want to get it right. Kaisha, you said?
Yeah, Keisha.
Keisha. Okay, great. And people call you Kasha or Tasha as well? What was the other name?
Kasha. Like sometimes they pronounce it Kasha.
Kasha. Okay, Keisha. All right. Now I'm really confused. I'm really bad with that stuff. I am so bad. And the funny thing is, when I was growing up, I have my maiden name is Italian, Bartolini. And I was growing up in New York in a German-Irish neighborhood. And I don't know, I guess Italians was sort of like the new people off the boat at that time. I'm that old. And when in school, they would call me Baloney. The teachers, Baloney, bottle head. I guess it's my karmic justice that now I can't pronounce names that well unless I was trained into them. All right. Keisha, Kasha. I'll go with Kasha. Keisha, all right. Keisha. All right. Now, Keisha for me would be spelled a certain way, so I'm going to put it that way. Keisha. Okay. All right, sweetheart. Now that I got all that out of my system, what is it that we can do for you today? When I say we, I mean your guides and me. What's on your mind, honey?
Okay, so I've been applying for jobs in the legal field, and I really haven't had any luck. And I just graduated from law school, and a lot of times when I'm applying for these jobs, I'm feeling unworthy of a lot of money, and I know where it came from. I know all of that, and I was always told no for my wants and desires, basically from my mother, and she also would shame me and make me feel guilt for even wanting her money or wanting her love or whatever it was. So I'm just trying to figure out, because I've done a lot of things. How do I release these feelings? I want them to stop coming up. It's just like, go grab someone else. It's like,
sure, of course.
I don't want to feel this way anymore, and I don't believe it. It's just that I just think it's a pattern of me feeling not good enough or not worthy.
Well, you're very smart.
Undeserving.
You're very smart. Okay, because I just that's the way I do healing, is I look at where it started and then we do a little release work together. So in a moment we'll get to that, but I have a couple of things I want to say. First of all, congratulations on getting out of law school.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very, very smart. You're very, very smart. You're very gifted, and also your healing work, your nurturing work for others. There was channeling that came in on this earlier. If you have a chance to listen to it, is this work is, as being a lawyer, is the healing work. So we want you as your guides to understand that the value is not in the money, it's in the service. And then when you focus on that, you're going to be paid well. So we want you to stop thinking of it in terms of money. Okay, we'll look at that in a little bit more detail in a moment. But your service is to be a healer of lives, and I'm going to give you more information on that. But I just want to say something funny first. Ironically enough, yesterday I was called in for jury duty down here in Florida. And I got there on time and everything, so they got me into a case to be picked for a criminal thing. There were 100 people in the room, and the judge asked, is there anybody here, please raise your hand, that feels they can't be objective? And I raised my hand, and I stood up in front of them. I said, well, I'm a professional psychic medium. I said, I don't think I could be objective. And she kind of grilled me about it, but they let me go, which is kind of funny. Okay. So back to you, Keisha. Okay, hold on. Hold on. You're a soul that has come in to help and heal others through the purpose of your work. Your work will have to do with helping others that are in situations of abuse. Do you know that, honey? Did you ever think about that, love?
Well, no. You know what? Well, I'm also into real estate. I also wanted to have a dessert business I want to do. But my thing is, I want to actually eventually start writing my books and speaking to people about the lessons I've learned and ways to better their life as well.
There you go. So what you're trying to do here is, it's all about self-esteem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Self-esteem. Stop people pleasing, because that's not the way to get anything in life.
Well, that is your work, okay, and you're on point for that.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to the money. Well, the way that you always overcome the money thing, and not always, but for you in particular, is to look at the service, because when you start to feel how needed and important that is, the equivalent comes in. It's all in the channeling earlier. I'm at the at the risk of me repeating that, but it was all done. Again, you as a caller come in and exactly need what was said on this show earlier, and the whole show has been like this today. Everybody's calling in needs of the messages that were given. So the whole idea here is to not repeat the pattern of self-abuse by giving yourself what you want when you want it. The key to giving yourself what you want when you want it is to see the importance of what you're doing from a service perspective versus a getting perspective. In other words, when you give, you will get reciprocity. It's the spiritual law of reciprocity. Believe in the law, and the money issues will decline. The reason that you have the issues is not because you don't understand from where they come. You do. And that is obvious. So we cannot do any work with you on that. It has already been released. The only issue here now is to stop putting money before the service. Put service before the money, and the money will follow. You are to invoke what is called the spiritual law of reciprocity. Giving of your service, understanding the value of your service, understanding your specific, unique spiritual DNA, your dharma for this lifetime, is what you have had to transmute through personal action and personal service. Yes, you have given a lot to get where you are, but now we want you to understand that the more you value what you're giving others, the more you will be paid for it, you see. This is what you need to focus on. So we will suggest to you to create an icon or a picture of the value of what you are about to do for others. We would like to give you a significant symbol upon which to focus and associate value with it. We would give you the idea of the flame held at the Olympics, if you will. The flame held at the Olympics, you may make it made of gold if you'd like, so give it more value even more. This would be your symbol of contribution and accomplishment for this lifetime, and you will always say to yourself, the law of spiritual equivalence brings in the money reciprocity for the giving of service. This will help you understand and attract that which you want immediately. Namaste. Okay, so there's your answer.
That makes sense, because I used to do real estate, and I kept saying, wow, people are going to pay me just to find them an apartment, or to find me a house. They're going to pay me all of this money just to find them an apartment, just because I know this knowledge and know this information of this apartment. And I wasn't valuing that I was saving them time. I was actually basically a personal shopper for them, but of real estate instead of clothes. And I was really providing a great service. And I don't think I wasn't successful because I wasn't valuing what I was doing.
Now, even more than that, Keisha, there's a unique thing. You have to value your unique contribution. If you thought any other person could, if you think any other person could have done the real estate job, then that wouldn't have been, there's not enough value there for you. Okay, the value right now, you had all this suffering your whole lifetime. You overcame all these issues yourself. Look what you did. You pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. And now you've arrived at this new level of accomplishment and service. In the legal field, you can help a lot of people. Perhaps, if you want to do real estate law, I don't know. What I would like to see you do is to understand that your unique experiences were set up by your soul. There's no coincidence, and you have been implanted with all of these experiences so that you can turn around and give everybody else the lessons from that to help.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I do want to do that.
All right, now let's transfer this specifically to law. Okay, in the area of law, they still say you're supposed to be helping people that are getting hurt in some way. You're going to be a representative for I don't know how else to say it than that. Like, let's say that somebody was, let's see, maybe there would be something to do with, you want to do real estate because you worked in real estate. So let's say that
and I also want to, right, I could still be a broker, I could still do real estate or have it as an, investment, but I also want to do law where I'm helping people start a business. I'm helping people better their lives in some kind of way.
Well, it's the better their lives in some kind of way that goes to your, okay, I've written a book, and my personal experience is the following. Maybe you'll relate to what I'm saying, and this would be the fastest way to express it. I worked my whole life for money. Okay, I ended up using certain manifesting techniques, working at Microsoft Corporation, retiring early with a bundle of money. Okay? And it's interesting that you would call because I didn't know this then, but I didn't know my worth. I had made money, but I didn't know my worth. And I didn't know my value or my worth until I met the love of my life who rejected me. And I was flabbergasted because I had money, I had looks. So if somebody could reject me with all these great things, outward things, what was my value? Right? So I had to discover what my value was. So now I'm telling you, your value is the underlying stuff that you had to go through. So as a lawyer, you will be best helped by the universe. You will be best paid if you find situations where human rights are at stake. Those kind of legal situations. Okay?
Yeah, I could do those. I could do that.
Because
you see me getting a job soon?
Yeah, you're going to be getting a job very, very soon.
Okay.
Hold on for a second. You have to get out of the house a little bit more to look for a job. They're telling me you haven't been really making the rounds as much as you should be doing. I don't know why they're saying that, but maybe you haven't been interviewing as much as you would like.
I think they're saying that because where I'm at is negative people, and I need to go outside. It does affect my energy being here, but also, I can apply for more jobs.
All right, well, go apply for jobs, sweetheart, and get going. And what's going on with your hairstyle? Do you like it?
No, I don't. I want a perm. I want straight hair.
Because they just said there's something comical about your hair. It's like, come on.
My hair, I've been wearing my hair in a natural style. It doesn't make me happy.
There you go.
It doesn't make me happy.
There you go.
And I want to be happy.
You got to be happy, honey.
Like this.
All right. Well, the guys are saying it's not making you feel good about yourself. So go ahead and change it. Get the way you like it, honey. And get up. Scoot out the door and get going on those jobs. And remember, human rights is your bailiwick. That's what you're going to excel at. That's where the money will be for you because that's on point for your soul's purpose. Okay, my dear?
Oh, gosh. I love you. Thank you so much.
Loving you too, honey. Bye-bye, love. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so if you would like a private session with Spirit Medium Laura, all you need to do is go to booklaura.com, and if you put radio show in the event code field, you too can get a private session with me.
60 seconds.
Loving all of you. Have a beautiful day. God bless.